So the Samsung Galaxy S20 is easily one of the more interesting phones that Samsung's ever made, and interesting in a very, very good way. This was such a solid phone that Samsung made back then, and I still think there's still a lot of capability behind this phone. I don't think this is like the first phone I'd recommend people to buy, and because this thing is kind of unsupported with software, it wouldn't make a ton of sense to go and buy this phone, but I will still tell you, for a lot of people out there might be some reason why you may want to go and pick up this phone, and we will talk about that throughout this whole entire video. Now, the first thing I'll tell you is the display of this particular phone is still so beautiful. It is easily one of the best displays that Samsung's ever made, and still to this day, it's a very, very good display. It's a curved display, which is something I liked a lot and made this phone feel and perform that much better. Almost every single thing I did with this particular phone, I had a really good time with, and this was no exception. It was a beautiful display, without a doubt. It was a dynamic AMOLED display, and this was the first time they put a 120Hz panel inside of their particular phones. This was something that was very cool, and in my opinion, when I looked at this particular device, it was something that I was very, very happy about. So if I was going through and getting any sort of device, I really liked the fact that my particular phone, or this particular phone, had a 120Hz panel back in 2020, and this was about a year before, Apple did it with the iPhone 13 Pro, actually almost 2 years before. So that was something that was very cool going on for this particular phone. I also love expandable storage. And having the Samsung Galaxy that basically ended the expandable storage for their main S series, and this phone was it. And that was something that was very, very cool that was going on for this particular device, because you were able to go ahead and buy this phone and still get a phone that could give you expandable storage, which was a very, very cool thing. And once again, that was a very nice thing going on for this particular phone. You're also maintaining a very good camera as well. There's a ton of capability behind this camera, which is another really cool feature. If you're going through and buying a sort of phone like this one, having the capability of having 8K on the back and having 4K 60 on the front was a really nice thing. And I do think this in and of itself was a super cool thing going on for this particular device, just because you were getting that much capability behind this phone. And I do think this in and of itself was a very nice thing, because this camera and that 8K capability, I will tell you, still stands the test of time. Although it's not like the best perfect camera of all time, I think Samsung did a good job with it back then, and I still think it's a very good camera when it comes down to it nowadays as well. Now, I do think the performance of this phone is still decent. You're still getting 8GB of RAM, which is about the same thing that you're getting on the base model Samsung Galaxy S24, so there's not massive differences there, although the performance of this phone isn't that great. It's something about that 120Hz panel that has aged this phone so well for the last couple of years. So what I will definitely tell you is, without a doubt, there's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't recommend buying the Galaxy S20 because it's unsupported with software, but there's a couple reasons why this phone is still worth it in some ways. So in terms of that kind of covers it up here. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.